Hi guys, I'm going to try to show you all how to create this save menu. Oh no, that's my map. This save menu right here. And we're going to be able to have multiple saves. We can delete it, and we're going to use the Easy Multi-Save plugin that you can get from the Epic Games Marketplace. I believe it's free, and I think they're actually coming to um, Unreal 5 as well. I think I'll talk more about it in a second. This is me doing this is my second time doing this intro because the last time went a little goofy, but I don't know. I haven't decided which one to keep yet. Anyways, we're able to have multiple saves. I don't remember where I was when I saved this one. Let's find out. And boom, back here. So we have multiple saves. You can have different characters if you use different game modes, and you can have different levels. And let's see, I could show you guys that. You're going to see my crappy menu that I'm obviously going to have to do a lot of work on. But I'll test right now. We're just going to go to the level 1. So we have a completely different character. And then we can load in Jane. Over here. And then we're here. So just give you an idea of how easy that is. So I'm going to have to do this video a little weird. I've had to do it more than once because... Oh, I need to fix those decals over there. I've had to do it more than once because I'm using the Windows recording thing that they have, like that's for like playing games or whatever. And each time I would change between windows, I didn't realize it was stopping recording. And then when I did, I didn't realize that it didn't record any of my drop downs that I did. So I'm just going to explain everything better this time. And I hope that I can be enough help. And yeah, as y'all can see, the saves work great. Or we can save too. Here, we'll make a save over here. And then we'll do this. We'll go, let's load Jane. And then let's run in here. Also, obviously, you can't tell right now because I'm not picking up any weapons right now. But my weapons saved too. And then we also have this. Oh no, they're coming. Oh no, death. Alright. Well, there you go, guys. So, we will learn how to do that. Okay, so on Epic Games Marketplace, go to the marketplace. I'm not on the internet, so you're not going to see anything here, so it doesn't really matter. But when you get to the marketplace, go to the search bar and type in Easy Multi-Save, and it should pull right up. And then from there, download the plugin, put it in the engine that you want, whether you're using 4.2.5 later or if you're up to 4.2.6 now, or in the future, any they were on. I don't know if they're supposed to have EMS. They have an announcement on there too. You'll see when you go there that they're going to be bringing it in for Unreal 5. So it'll be there in the future as well. So that's really cool. Anyways, download the example project for whichever you're going to use it for, and then let's pull that up next. And I've got to stop this video to do that because as soon as I click on that and it starts pulling it up, it's going to shut it down. I don't know, or it's going to stay on here until I exit off this page. But as soon as I leave Epic Games, it's going to shut off. So I will see you guys in there, and all we're really going to do is migrate it in to the new project. But just in case you don't know how to do that, I will do my best to show that to you. All right. All right, so I'm going to see if you guys can see the easy multi-save here. But if you go to edit and then plugins, you should be able to get to the easy multi-save. Click on it, make sure it's enabled. On the EMS project, their example, it's going to already be enabled, but it's not going to be enabled on your own project. So make sure that you go in on your own project and enable it, or else it won't work at all. So with that clicked, it's enabled. It'll ask you to restart on your own project and then restart it. Once you do that, come back and we'll do this next part where we are going to migrate. All right, so now we just need to migrate the project. And so you're not anytime I right click on anything, I don't think you're going to see it come up. So that's just unfortunate. Anytime I pull like a window down, it's like if I did hit edit up here, it's not going to pull down. You might not see what I'm saying. But if you do click edit right here, there should be plugins, and that's where you get to that if you were wondering. Now, we're going to come over here. We're just going to come to our content folder. And if you don't have that pulled up, that's how you do that. Very simple. Just, and I'm doing this video for if you're really new to it. I'm trying to make it as accessible as possible. I'm going to put it up on YouTube for anybody. This was the most frustrating thing for me, to find a way to save my game. And I'm going to make it as easy for anybody to do as they can. So, and then we're just going to right click. And then when you right click, whether or not you can see my thing, you're going to go to migrate. It should be on there. And then when that happens, it's going to bring up something that says asset report. It's going to have all of the different things that you're going to be migrating over. At the bottom, you have OK and cancel. Click OK. And then you need to pick the folder to go to. It's going to pull up your content browser. So go to whichever game file it is that you want to. Pick your game out. Go to the content file within that game. Make sure you go to the content file. And let's see. I'll just go into one of these just in case you can see what I'm doing, but I don't know if you can. But you click it, you go into it, and then you find the content file. That one did not have one, so that was. But yeah, you click content file, and then select that folder, and then it will migrate all of it to that game and to that content folder, and then we will go from there. And I will see you guys there. Which this is a process. I need to get a recording software. So, anyways. Thanks for checking it out, guys. Okay, so what we need to do once we're here is we need to really just get two things. We're going to make this really simple. We've already got the plugin enabled. We're going to go into Blueprints over here on the Easy Multi-Save stuff, and we are going to pull up the EMS player controller. I'm not going to click on it yet because it will pull me out, actually. And then I'm going to also, we're going to come over here, so grab that one, and then go to your interaction, and then come over here all the way in. Oh wait, no, actually it might not be in there. So actually just come to interaction, and then just type in player controller. That's the easiest way I found it on here. And so there it is right there, and that's the one you want. So get both of those pulled up, and we will start in the next part. Okay, so here we are. Obviously, I already did this once before, and I want to show you how to do it completely from scratch, and I'm going to. We have these variables over here that were added in. I think all of these, minus the HUD. No, the HUD and the cursor are the only two that are there before. No, weapon is two. Okay, so only two we added. We only added in two, so it's not that much to add in there. And then let's see, what about up here? Yep. Okay, so the way we add that in, we're going to come over here, class settings. We're going to go over, I've already added mine in, but you hit add, and then it'll pull up a drop-down menu, but you can't see my drop-down menu. In that menu, type in EMS, and it should pull up what you need. And then after you click on it, it should say EMS Save Interface. It's a little bit longer of a name before you click on it, but same thing. It's what you need. And then we need to create a function over here. So I'm actually going to go through and delete all of this so I can show you how to do all of that. So let's take all of this. Make sure we didn't get you over there. It's close. Uh-oh, I think I did, guys. Or did I? Yeah, I did. Yep. Cool. All right. Deleted. Okay. And then we can delete these guys pretty easily at this point. Oh, wait, we didn't delete the yet, though. So let's delete that and delete you. And I think we're good for now. Okay. So let's come in over here. And we actually want to go ahead and just take all of this. Even if you're not going to use all of it, we can take all of it. If you want to get rid of any of it, get rid of it. If you don't need the multiplayer stuff, don't worry about it. But I'm going to go ahead and grab all of it and make sure it's complete for now. I'll copy it, and I'm just going to paste it in here. And we're going to get all kinds of errors in a second. But before we try to compile or anything, let's go ahead and add a few other things. So I don't know if it's going to let me show you how to do the function without like, because each time I click on stuff, it doesn't seem to keep up with it. Well, double click on the show saving message, and I'll show you what to do. All right, now we're in the show saving message function, and we want to go ahead and just grab all of this, including this part, because it's not going to come anyways. Don't worry about it. Just go ahead and grab it, Control C, and we are going to take it, and we're going to paste it into a function that we're making over here. Now, I'm not quite sure if you guys can still see what I'm doing here, but it was show saving message. I'm going to go back and watch this after this and see if all of this works. But let's type it in here. Show, oh, that, well, okay, thanks guys. Show, okay. What am I doing wrong here? There we go. Show saving message. And then paste everything in. And then we want to connect these two right here. You're going to connect the show saving message to is valid. And then if you were to compile it, you'd have some issues because the save game message right here isn't created under the variables. So we can do it. You can do a few different things. If you were to just right click on this right here, get your cursor not over this part because it won't work. Well, actually, no, it does if you do it right there too. It didn't earlier when I was doing it. Okay, well, you just want to look for, yeah, you're going to click right on, you actually do. You want to click right on the save game message, that right there, because that's what we're trying to promote to variable. And then you come down and you click promote to variable. The problem is you're not able to see my drop down menu. So one option also is to just take this variable and copy it, essentially. Just come in over here and say, well, what is this variable that you have? Save game message, okay. And yep, I can't see everything because I'm recording stuff over here. Windows, this is the most obnoxious. I'm just not going to use you ever. This is awful. Well, the easiest way to do it is honestly just to right click on it and then click promote to variable, and then that promotes that one to variable. And then we're going to do the rest for everything else the same way actually. So let's go ahead and just hit compile. It's going to give us a lot of editor issues. We're going to have all kinds of problems. So what we're going to do is come down here to the editor issues and let's go ahead and start finding them. This one takes us right over here. And so this variable doesn't exist either. So we're going to right click and then we're going to say promote to variable. And each time you do that, wait, what? What? Okay. No, if you can't promote it to variable, that is an option too. Man, I wish I could show you guys this more better. Yeah, we're going to delete these. Yes, I do. I'm not using them. Yes. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to right click and then we're going to say create variable be possessed other pawn. And then we're going to come over here to this one and we're going to do the same thing. We're not going to do promote to variable with these. We're going to create the variable. And it should create the same variable that we had before without us having much of an issue. And let's see, we get both those done. Let's hit compile. Okay, so now we're having issues with things like this. So first things first, let's come up here to where our save and load keys are. And let's just right click and then, is it ue1 or is it not ue1? I'll figure it out in a second, guys. Oh man, that's not hard to do, guys, I promise. Is where I need to go first? Yeah, it's down here. Okay, close menu, load menu. So we're going over to this section right here, the save menu section, before we go to the keys, which just makes sense. And all we need to do is refresh nodes. So right click, refresh. And then I think you can refresh all as well. So if you know how to do that, go ahead and just refresh all nodes. and we'll see what kind of issues we have. We're going to have one more issue down there for sure. I mean, like, yeah, I think refresh nodes was there the whole time, guys. I just didn't see it. So you're not seeing what happens when I right click, but I'm right clicking and I'm going down to where it says refresh node, and that's it. That's all I'm doing right now. And I'm doing it over and over again because I can't remember how to do all at once. I'm sure it's really simple. Actually, I'm positive it is because I knew how to do it before, and I forgot completely. So, in a minute. All right. Now this one's still okay. There we go. We refreshed that one too, and let's see. Let's compile. Let's see what we're missing. Oh, we got it done. Okay. So at that point, you should have this part completely done. I hope I didn't leave you with too many questions because I was planning on typing in each variable, but that takes forever when you can just right click and refresh, or uh, right click and then create, or right click and then promote. Those are the easiest ways to do it if you're copying something. So for now, that's all I'm gonna do on this page. So I'm gonna have to stop the recording. I'm gonna check and make sure I actually saw all of that anyways. And then we will go from there. We have the function and we got everything we need right now. Okay, also, if you guys ended up with something like this that was connected here at the end, so if you had this connected at the end of your save menu, when it was a save game there, you do not want that. It's something that happened before too when I did it. It's a broken graph that is trying, it doesn't matter. But we do not want that though. So what you're going to do is go back over and copy what was originally there, save game to slot. Okay, and the slot that it's calling it EMS PC. You can change the names if you want to. But yeah, you just bring that over. The slot's still in here because your save game is still in here from the EMS. And you can move all those files and migrate them all together too. But that should work fine as long as this is connected to save game to slot. And then we compile it and we save it, and it should work fine now. And let's test it out now. All right, one thing we didn't do yet is we need to go into our project settings. So just go over to Edit, Project Settings, and then we're going to look up Advanced Spawn, I believe it is, something like that. Okay, so you want to go to Advanced Spawn Check, and then go ahead and click that. I've already clicked mine, but go ahead and click that, and that will help out too. We need to have that done. So do that, and then we're going to go test it out and see if it works, guys. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention that we need to do before we try to test it out. Let's go ahead, go to your character pawn, whatever your character pawn is, come to your class settings, and then add in the EMS interface here. Click Add, type in EMS, and it should pop up. All right, do that, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, so I think it's going to work. Let's pull her up real quick, and let's save. Saved, so that's good. It's a good sign. And let's load. Load. And this will work across multiple other levels. We can try it out real quick. One of the problems you're going to run into with this, though, is you're not going to be able to save. Oh, hang on. So let's load our game. Let's get out of here. It's too loud. And we're back here. And you can save in that level, and it'll take you there, and so on. The problem is it won't save any of this. None of this will get saved, no matter what. As soon as I load it, it will be gone. And now I have no weapons. And so we have to figure out something to do about that. And that's what we'll work on next. Alright guys, so next thing we want to pull up our character pawn, which you can find under blueprints, and that's where all of this is housed. And then we want to get our character pawn player model, which is your main guy that you play as, who you can change out or make multiple versions of. Okay, that's how I have more characters than one. I mean, I changed certain parameters about them, different things, and some of their weapons they can have. But anyways, so we need to figure out how to do the save. But before we do that, I haven't told you guys. I'm not sure if you have to do this or not. I did it because I did it, the EMS save interface. It tells you to go ahead and load this on there, and so I did it before I've ever tried anything else out, and I forgot to tell you before. So come to your character pawn, your main character pawn under blueprints, and then go to class settings, come over to interfaces, click the add, and then or go to add, and you're not going to see my window, but type in EMS, and then you should be able to get something like this right here, the EMS save interface, and have that added in. We're going to want that, but not for this part. If it didn't work for you previously, then that's what you were missing, is the EMS save interface. If it did work without it, then we know it works without it, but it works with it too. So I don't know if you have to have it there, because there's an easy way to do the save with the EMS save interface, where you just load the player's location, just the pawn, and not all the other stuff that we've done. But I think you might want that on here to be able to pull from it. So um, if I remember correctly from what I was reading, but I could be wrong. So it's been a minute since I read through the documentation fully. Okay, so we're going to come over here, and we're going to grab, so within your character pawn, you've got your save game component, which they don't provide you with like the player's location type stuff, but they do provide you with game inventory, health, and weapons. I don't use the health because if you have health where like you get med packs or something like that, then you might want to get the player's health. But mine just regenerates the way I have it. I haven't changed it yet, but if I do, then that'll be what I do. So let's grab save. Actually, let's go ahead and grab both save and load, because they're going to be in the same area. We'll just move them around. So let's grab save and game, save game and load game, both of those for or save inventory and weapon, and load inventory weapon. And then let's go over to this guy. Let's go to his event graph, and we're going to go ahead and just drop them in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the load game, take these two guys, and connect them over here. So at the end of loading in, we're going to load the inventory. So this right here is your event begin play for your character pawn model, and it will load in the inventory. Very simple. All right, next we're going to go back to project settings. We're going to come down to input, and we're going to create an input. So down here, I created one called save inventory. Oh, well, it was the one I made. Oh, I'm so frustrated with myself. I was looking right at it. Anyway, so click up here to add one. Come down here. This should be blank, and it won't have either. It'll have one of these, but not both. And it'll be blank as well. And type in save inventory, and then we're going to add an extra one of these. And the reason I'm doing that, we're going to make it to anytime that you interact or anytime you reload, that it's saving your weapon number and stuff like that. And this can be different, I passed, I think. This can be different for whatever game you want to play, or however you want your controls to be. If you want it to be when you're opening the menu that you save the weapon, stuff like that. You can change all of that around, but we're going to go ahead and make an input. And that way, if you hit either of these keys, or if save inventory happens when you're hitting these keys, because you'll be hitting them for another function as well, it should work. I mean, so far it's worked for me. So we're going to try that out. I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so we're looking for save inventory, which I just missed it before. And then you can do it on press release, wherever you want it to be, and it should save the inventory. I don't know if we need we might need a little bit of a delay. I'm not sure. We're going to try a delay just in case, and just a tiny one. Okay. What? Oh, that's right. Annoying. Here we are. And then this should work. So anytime that we interact with anything, and you can also throw a B in there if you want to too, so that if you open your menu, then you also save your inventory. And there's a little delay there, so if you interact with a handgun, your hope is that that second delay will allow it to load in and then save it. If that doesn't work, you can always adjust the time delay there, and that should work. We're going to go try it out now. Yeah. All right, and I didn't do it this time. I completely forgot. But you should add, if you pull off and then you drop it, you should be able to add a print a string, and then you can hit saved or saved inventory or whatever, so that way while you're developing, you'll know that it worked. each time that you do it. So I'm going to, I clicked R, and we're going to see if it works. So let's go, boom, and I shouldn't have to save it this again, I should have to load it, because this is already saved, and it's going to load each time that my character loads. Shotgun is there. And so it'll do that and keep up with ammo and everything. The problem with that is you're going to have those weapons throughout the entire game no matter what. Anybody that's connected to this character could have that issue. But I think you can change it out by having, I'm not sure, it depends on where, you can have different saves. So if you need multiple characters, you could change it out. But yeah, there you go. That should cover most of what you need. It covers location, multiple levels. Although I didn't tell you, very important, when you're doing the multiple levels, if you have more than one level, it has to be all in the same file or in files below. It can't be files above. So wherever your main level is, they either need to be in the same file or they need to be in a file below. So like if you had start map right here, here, I'll pull out of this, see if you guys hopefully can still see. Cool, it looks like you can. I hope y'all can still see what I'm doing. I can't tell half the time anymore. I gotta get a new program. But if you dang it, I zoned out to what I was telling you guys. Freaking COVID brain over here. Jesus, is that what's going on? I keep like forgetting what I was telling you guys. All right. Okay, yes, now I remember. Saves. Okay, so we're in interaction. Let's come over here to the maps. And so all of these right here, I can go between and it won't be an issue. But if I were to go to like the EMS map, it won't work. And so I believe if you go to subfolders, it might work from what I was reading on the documentation, but I know for sure it works if you keep it all in this folder. And so, like I showed you before, if we were to walk over through any of those, yeah, that would, but that's an easy workaround. If you guys want to play around with the weapon stuff, you can actually do that a lot. My bad. You can actually that's so loud. You can. I just need to cut it off like I did on this level. But if you wanted to, um, yep, there it goes again. If you wanted to play around within the EMS stuff itself, they have plenty of sections, especially through the documentation. If you're willing to read through that, but you can add in the weapon stuff. This to me just worked better anyways because I have separate characters, and so I'm gonna have multiple types of weapons, and you can do it when you open the menu or anything like that. So it's all doable. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed.